Man, it has been a real wild 12 months living here in the Myrtle Beach area. You know, I do a lot of videos talking about moving to the area, pros and cons, all that kind of stuff. And I did a video about a year ago now on the cost of living in Myrtle Beach. And the other day I had someone leave this comment on there talking about gas. You know, when I did that original video, I believe gas was about $2.60 a gallon. Well, obviously it no longer is near that. The days when it was $1.30 from 2020 have long gone away, and prices have definitely gone up. You know, we've heard a lot over the last few months the term inflation.
An inflation shock.
Inflation rate.
Inflation.
Story of inflation.
Yeah, inflation. You know, things have definitely increased in value over the last 12 months here in the area. Gas right now, which used to be around $1.30 in 2020 and then $2.60 last year, it's now right around $4.20. But in comparison to other parts of the country, gas here in the Myrtle Beach area is still much lower. I did a little research in some of the places in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Their prices right now are hitting about $4.80 to well over $5. If you go out to the West Coast, where I have a lot of people moving right now from, I've got clients coming from California and Arizona on a regular basis. Out there, gas is over $5 and some places well over $6 a gallon. That is insane. Here in our area, prices are right around the $4.19 to $4.21. Here's a screenshot that I took of Gas Buddy, an app that you can check out prices. And as you can see, these 4 stations that are right near my office are all right around the $4.19, one of them's $4.21. So you can see gas is definitely a much more affordable thing here in our area. But we're going to talk about some other things that you may want to know about living in the Myrtle Beach area compared to other parts of the country. And let's dive into those a little bit deeper. So I think probably the first part that we should start is the housing market. Why? Well, as a realtor here in the area, I would say I'm kind of an expert on it, and I think it's probably the most important part of living in the Myrtle Beach area. It's obviously your largest expense that you're going to have on a daily basis. So back a year ago, the home values in our area were right around the $270,000 mark. 12 months later right now, average price point for homes in our area selling is at $315,000. That's an increase of just about 13% in 1 year. Now, the national average for everywhere in the country is right around 11. So our home values are increasing here a little bit faster than other parts of the country. But the thing that you have to take into consideration is this. Homes in other parts of the country are already exorbitantly high. Go to places like New York or California or Washington. Homes there are averaging in price maybe $600,000, $800,000, $1 million. I just had a client who sold their property out west. He sold it for $1.1 million. He's coming over here and buying an oceanfront condo. He's gonna live on the beach, have a beautiful view of the beach each and every day, and he's able to get this property for under $500,000. So he's able to make that move to Myrtle Beach and have a much more affordable life and be in a great area with amazing weather and other things. So prices, yes, they're going up. Yes, they're going faster than other parts of the country, but we still are more affordable. Even in the state of South Carolina, homes here versus, say, Charleston or other coastal cities like Hilton Head are much, much higher. What you get here for $300,000 is going to probably cost you about $500,000 down in Charleston, and down in Hilton Head maybe even $600,000 to $700,000. So you can get a lot more here in the Myrtle Beach area versus other parts of the country or even other parts of the state. So overall, housing is going to be much more affordable here in the Myrtle Beach area. So you may say, well, Jeremy, there's no houses out there. Well, I did a quick search of property inventory here in Myrtle Beach, and right now today there are between 300,000 and 500,000, several hundred homes that are currently on the market. Now, granted, a lot of that is new construction that may not be available for the next 6 to 12 months, but there definitely is some inventory that's out there, and there are homes in that affordable range. If I were to go to other markets like, say, New York or maybe Boston, and I do those types of searches there might be 3 to 5 properties to pick from. So what does that mean? While we don't have a huge selection with only a 1.3 months inventory available, we definitely have more to choose from than some of those other big cities. So if you're thinking about making that move, I would definitely consider looking into Myrtle Beach because it's going to be less money and you're going to have more to pick from. Next, let's talk about food. And before I get into the grocery shopping side of things, let's talk about eating out. This past weekend, my oldest daughter, Isabel, she turned 14. Happy birthday, honey. And we decided to go out to celebrate her birthday. She wanted to go to Damon's Oceanfront and have ribs. So we went for lunch on Saturday down to Damon's, sat out and looked at the waves. It was a great meal all around. We all had racks of ribs, ate well, had a great fun time. And the total price for 6 of us, because my mom went along, was right around $125. Personally, I think that's an extremely affordable meal to be able to eat for 6 people, considering what all we had to eat. We almost all left with a box for leftovers and had a great time and had a great food quality at the same point. So eating out, yes, it can get a little expensive depending on the places you go, but if you find the good local spots, you can definitely save money. And even if you go to those places that are a little bit more of a touristy spot like Damon's, you still can get a great meal for an affordable price. Now, let's talk about next the grocery shopping and going and having to buy groceries. The thing that I can tell you is this: buying groceries here are going to be more affordable than other parts of the country. What I did to pull these numbers is I went onto the Walmart.com app, Walmart.com. What I did to get these prices is I went on Walmart.com. I did it again. What I did to get these prices is I went on Walmart.com and I got the prices of what it would cost to get a gallon of milk, to get a loaf of bread, some ground beef, and a dozen eggs here in our local shopping center. And since we have a Plus app, I was able to get the prices real quick and easy. And here's what I found. A gallon of milk was $3.63. A dozen eggs was $2.64. A loaf of wheat bread was $1.48. And ground beef was $4.57 a pound. Now, in comparison to prices up in Reading, Pennsylvania, where I grew up, a gallon of milk was $1 more, and the ground beef was 20 cents more a gallon. Eggs, they were a little bit cheaper up there for some reason right now, and the bread was the exact same price. But when you start to look at your whole overall grocery bill, predominantly things here are going to be more cost effective than in other parts of the country. So this is another place where you can start to save some big dollars. So once again, we have another spot. You're saving money each and every day. The third place that I want to go and things I want to talk about, which is another huge expense that you have every year, and that is property taxes. You know, people always are wondering, what's it going to cost property tax wise to live in this area? And I talk to people regularly who are moving here from cities in New York, New Jersey, Ohio, Massachusetts, all different parts of the country. And they're sharing with me that their property taxes up there are $8,000 to $10,000 to $12,000 to $15,000 each year. I talked to a lady once and she gave me the number in a monthly figure, and it was $800 a month. And when I told her my property taxes on my primary residence here was the same for the year, she about fainted. Why? Because it's so much more affordable living here in the Myrtle Beach area. Now, if I'm buying this as an investment property or a second home, that number is going to go from right around the $900 mark to probably about 3 times that amount. So right around $2,500 to $2,700 a year. But even still at that point, it's much less money. The other part that we need to take into consideration is that you are going to pay an annual vehicle tax fee here in the Myrtle Beach area. But even when you add that vehicle tax onto your property tax, you're still going to save money in the long run. How much? I don't know exactly, but I can guarantee it's going to be more affordable than living in the place you probably are right now. And the final part that I want to talk about in cost of living is what's it going to cost for monthly expenses. So let's talk about things like your utilities. Right now, I averaged my utility bill for the last 12 months and it comes out to right around $180 to $190 per month. That's taking the coldest of cold months, the hottest of hot, where the air conditioning is running 24/7 and averaging it out. And it comes out to right around $180 to $190 per month. That's for a family of 5, and we spend a lot of time at home. We're not people that are always out and about. Next utility that we talk about is water and sewer. How much is that going to run? And normally that bill's right around the $50 to $60 a month bill as well. That's 5 of us taking showers almost every day. Even my son, he now is old enough, he's got to take them daily. He doesn't quite understand it, but he will in time. But we're taking showers, basically 5 people every day. We're doing laundry for 5 people, which means a load of laundry is being done literally at least 1 to 2 a day. We're also running the dishwasher and everything else that we need for daily living. And our utility for water and sewer is right around $50 to $60 a month. I think that's pretty affordable for a family of 5. The other big utility that I wanted to discuss is the internet. I have talked to people that say that their internet bills in parts of the country are $150 to $200 just to have internet, and it's not even really good high speed. Well, here in our area, you can get a decent high quality, high speed internet probably for about $55 to $65 a month. If you're with the local company, it might even be a little less. When I had a house at one point with HTC, it was right around $50 for 100 download speed. I think that's pretty affordable and a pretty good thing to look into. All right, so now in closing, let's kind of wrap this up. Has things gotten more expensive since the last time I did this video? Yes, they definitely have. Does it cost more to live in Myrtle Beach now than it did a year ago? Definitely so, which is why I told you should have bought back then. But we're not going to get into that right now. Instead, let's talk about the reality and facts. While Myrtle Beach has increased in property values, while expenses of living here and the overall cost of living in Myrtle Beach is more now than it was then, we are still a much more affordable area than other parts of the country. While you're spending $800 to $1 million to have a home in New York, or you're spending $1 million to $2 million to have a home in California, you can get something here very, very nice in the $500,000 to $600,000 range, which is going to blow your socks away in comparison to what you might have had living in California. I spoke with some clients the other day. They had a home, it was 1,100 square feet that was close to the beach in San Diego, and they were going to sell it for $1.2 million. They were looking at homes here in some beautiful waterway communities and some areas with amazing amenities and great locations. And overall, the whole price of that was probably going to be about $600,000 to $800,000. They said, quote, "It's a steal to buy in Myrtle Beach." Personally, I think it's a pretty good value and a pretty good place to buy. So if you're thinking about making that move, don't think, oh, I missed my chance to buy here. It's too late. I can't afford it anymore. You definitely can, because right now you're probably spending more to live where you're at currently. So give me a call. My information's down below. I'd love to help you make the move here to the Myrtle Beach area, or shoot me an email to info@jeremyblanton.com. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, get that bell on, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.